mad and angry tarantula, but okay, we are back to some good old-fashioned tarantula rehouses, so therefore I picked 3 of my worst arboreal enclosures to make brand new ones for the tarantulas that are inside. The rehouses are necessary because these enclosures are in really bad shape. These 2 are my 3rd version of arboreal enclosures before I started making these with 3D printed parts, and they definitely show their age. You see the plexiglass is all scratched and this cannot be cleaned. I mean, it is dirty, but these are scratches that cannot be removed. So yeah, the enclosure because of that looks not good. And not only that, this design overall, it is just not good enough when you have enclosures like these around. And not only that, this one is looking like this, but the other one, when I have caribena versicolor, you might remember that this tarantula actually lives behind the background. You see, as she was adding layers and layers of web, that web slowly but surely pulled the background from the back, and you see now it's sloped like this, and tarantula actually leaves behind. So that is not acceptable. I mean, it has been like this for like years and years, maybe 3 or 4 years, I don't know, but now it is time to fix this, to get her new enclosure. And if you're wondering what is wrong with this enclosure, I mean, the design is alright, but you can see that this was actually my 3rd iteration of my 3D printed enclosures. You can see that the handle is in the middle. If you check on this, the handle is on the left side for better weight distribution when you are opening the door. And if you look closer, the actual edge is much slimmer, and that was actually the problem. You see how on this one, this is much fatter, and there's a reason for that. The glass sits inside of this groove, giving it a lot of strength, while on this iteration of parts, the groove is not present. And now you can see how that looks after a few years. When I try to open the enclosure, oh no, everything falls apart, you see. The enclosure on its own looks to be more elegant, but yeah, that was the problem. And as I was developing this design, I realized that, so yeah, I changed it, and acrylic plastic is even cracking, you see. These parts were just not sturdy enough, so yeah, that is how this looks. They just break off. And the tarantula that is inside of this enclosure might be a bit familiar to you because of the incident in one of my kind of recent videos. No, let's not be hasty. Yeah, she always had a tendency of bolting outside of the enclosure, so having an enclosure that is not falling apart is a good idea with this one. And now, since I already removed the door from her enclosure, I will definitely need to cup her to make sure she doesn't run out, which will also be the case for the other 2 because I plan to reuse their corkbacks in their new enclosures, so therefore I will need to get them out first. But this should be relatively easy with a catch cup. Hello. Yeah, there we... No, don't turn over. Was that like a threat posture or something? Oh yeah, look at her teeth. They're actually spread. Okay. She's not messing around, so I will put her right here. Where she can chill a bit. Interesting that she is now nervous like this. Usually she always bolts, as shown in the previous clip. Now this means that we need to set up her enclosure first. But before we do, or as I'm doing that, just a quick information. This Saturday I will be in Germany, on a Tarantula Expo in Germany, in a town called Weinstadt. You can send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, or an email if you want to reserve some enclosures or tarantulas. For the list of available tarantula, go to my Instagram or Facebook and check out one of my latest posts. As always, looking forward to meet all of you that will come. It is a much smaller expo than Ham, so I don't expect a big crowd, so hopefully I also won't get a ban from that one. To this day, that whole situation is still so mind-boggling to me, just how weird and unnecessary it was. And this expo will be first time for me back to Germany, so yeah, it'll be hello again. It's me, Petko from the Dark Den. Now, what I'm thinking, I would like to secure this corkback like this, so hopefully the tarantula will make like a tunnel inside of it. But now I don't think that I can secure it quickly. I need to use a bit of expanding foam and silicone. So even though I didn't plan to do a time jump in this video, in order to do this enclosure properly, I will definitely need to do it. So let me get my gun. I'm going to use just a little bit here. Yeah, that should be enough, so it cures quickly, and I can use the silicone as quick as possible, just a little bit more to fill this hole. Yeah, and expanding foam is super sticky, so there shouldn't be any problem, and the silicone will add additional strength. So just a quick dab right here. Yeah, just like that. And on top of that, Tarantula is super light, so not a lot of weight will be applied to the cork bark. And on top of that, with time, she will also secure it with her web. So yeah, it should be okay. Just gonna put the enclosure on the side and we will finish it after these two. Unless I also decide to use expanding foam in them also. I just need to move her into this temporary enclosure because I need the sketch cup for the other tarantula. Now she's deciding to be a stubborn. So I will just poke her with plastic parts from her own enclosure. Come on. Yes, I know that you are mad and angry tarantula, but... This was such an amateur move. I could have killed her. Thankfully she landed directly in my lap. And I don't even know why I reacted like that. It is a new world tarantula, not even an old world tarantula. But it was a reflex. Get back inside. This is going to be one crazy clip. Come on, just stop. I really hope that she is no longer in bitey mood. You aren't, right? Cooperate, please. Look at her. I would like to say that that was a reaction because I wasn't expecting that, but to be honest, I could expect that. I know that she is always in a bolty mood. Come on, move. And that there is a high chance that she will try to bolt, but man, it was great. Please don't judge, I can already see the comments. Oh my god, Petko, you could have killed her, you're such a bad keeper, blah 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 blah. I know that I could have killed her and I know that it was a bad reaction, but it is done, it is what it is, and thankfully without any consequences. She landed directly on my lap. And now after all of that, we need to rehouse a pokey. A pokey is inside, a poecilotheria species lowland. I definitely don't want this one to land in my lap because, yeah, she can bite like really nasty, you know. So I think that she is actually behind the cork bark, not in the cork bark. Therefore removing it like this shouldn't be a problem, but man, this web is so strong. I'm pulling like almost as hard as I can and it is not budging. Incredible. Just incredible strength, you see. Oh, I'm breaking the cork bark. Crazy. I actually need 2 hands for this. Yes, and there's the tarantula, just as I thought so, and she's kind of freshly molted. You see, this is a relatively fresh molt, but also here there is a leg from another molt. And I think I earlier saw a carapace, yeah, there's a carapace. And that carapace is from older molt, you see. This one is still attached. So, a fresh pokey, lovely. You see, there she is in all her glory. I'm going to try to snatch the mesh so I don't need to cut a new one. Yeah, I know I'm cheap. But if I can reuse something, why not? Why should I just throw this away? If there is nothing wrong with it, unless it is a bit too short, I'm not really sure. This might be a shorter enclosure, so yeah, that is the possibility. I got everything back inside, so technically I still don't need to take her out, yeah. She'll just stay inside of the enclosure until I get her a new enclosure. Look, inside I actually found another carapace, so we have 3 sizes of carapace of same tarantula, which actually makes sense because she was always hiding. I mean, she was hiding most of the time, so she would always molt in her privacy, and I never managed to snatch a molt. Which is actually the biggest downside of keeping any poecilotheria. They mainly try to hide, and you cannot really appreciate their beauty often, unless you are lucky enough so yours will be like this, come outside during the night. But having a pokey visible during the day, that is a rare thing. So no matter how pretty they are, I will never recommend them to someone who got only a few tarantulas. And generally, arboreal tarantula tend to hide more often than terrestrial tarantulas. Keep that in mind when you are looking for one. Now let's add the cork bark inside. As I was pulling it outside, I kinda broke it, but that is a good thing because it was a relatively small cork bark, and as she was molting, she's getting bigger, she will definitely profit of having more space. So I will just spread it a bit more and push it down in the substrate. That is a nice trick if you need bigger cork barks and you only have small ones. So yeah, it is now much roomier inside. Okay, I'm thinking, should I add a live plant inside or not? I don't think so, because I will have bigger pokey enclosures that will have plants inside, and I don't really want all of my enclosures to be planted. So this one will be without plants, but we still need a leaf litter and all that lovely stuff. Without a leaf litter, substrate just looks so bad, you know. It is just too plain and boring. Yeah, this is much better, especially after the next thing, sand for the texture. It also makes every substrate look much better. It adds the texture. Everything blends in nicely. Ta-da! Complete and ready. Maybe one branch. Do I have any branch nearby? I actually do. Just need to figure out how I want to stick it. Yeah, even better, right? Let's get a tarantula inside, which should only be a matter of few well-placed pokes. I'm going to remove this door. You see, not super sturdy. We put them side by side like this. Grab that plastic part and let's go, hopefully without any stressful situations. What do you say about one poke? Ooh, poke the pokey. Yeah, you can go up. Then I can then you can just turn right here, you see? Yeah, go on the glass. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There we go. You are exactly where I want you to be. Nice. And can we maybe get you to... Ooh, you're mad, huh? Are her fangs red? No, they aren't really. Just a little bit on the top part. So yeah, she's not like super fresh and squishy. When tarantula is like super fresh, you want to avoid doing this. You don't want to move them around and you need to let them recover strength and to harden, you know. But this was definitely a success and easy rehouse. Let's now see how the caribena versicolor will behave. Getting her out will be interesting thing. Although when I'm thinking about it, I'm not really sure if this corkbark is attached to the back or not. I will see as I try to pull it outside and look at the thickness of this web. It is like super thick. Yeah, it seems like the entire background is moving. This unfortunately won't work. You see, as I'm pulling the corkbark, I'm actually peeling the silicone from the background. Yeah, I mean, I can pull the corkbark, but there will be a whole lot of silicone on it. So I'm not really sure if I will be able to use it right now. Yeah, you see, all of that is stuck to the back. So technically I can reuse this without any problem, but it also needs to be re-glued on the back so this glue is not visible, you know. Which kind of complicates this thing now, and I think that I'll just use a different corkbark. That should be the easiest thing. And where is the tarantula? Yeah, there she is behind the background. But okay, I'm going to leave her be and we will set up the enclosure and then get her outside because there is no need to get her now. The thing I love about corkbark is that they can be reused an infinite amount of time, at least from my experience so far. So you buy them once and use them forever. A pretty good deal if you ask me. So if you don't have a corkbark inside of your enclosure, get them, you won't regret. Again, same thing, I have this corkbark and I think that I'll just squeeze it like this and let tarantula do the rest. Yeah, this will also need to be a quick time jump, so even though I would like to finish this quickly, I already said to myself and on the video, no shortcuts. All the enclosures that I'm making from now, they need to be good looking and as I envision them. This is what I envisioned and what I want to try out, because these tarantulas, caribenas, avicularias and ybyrraporas, they are all similar and they love to make silk tunnels, and in theory this should be ideal for that. So yeah, I will do it proper and let this cure, but I think that the first one that we did cured in the meantime. I'm going to check it out and maybe I can finish that. Not fully finish it, but put the silicone in so that can cure. Yeah, this is definitely good. Silicone it is. I will try to be precise with this so that there is not a lot of silicone around. Smear, 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 smear. And now a dry substrate. And let it cure. Time jump. And I'm actually finished with everything. But now, as I finished, I realized that I didn't start recording on this camera. I only recorded with this camera. So I have no idea how I will manage to edit this video and finish it. Hopefully it will be bearable to watch. So yeah, sorry, I cannot redo this again. You see spots where I attached the corkbark on left side and right side. They are now well camouflaged and you can no longer see the expanding foam. Same on the other enclosure. One connection over there and the second connection over there. And when we check the sturdiness, you see, it is more than enough. Also the other one, yeah, that will be good. Now, I want both enclosures to be planted, so I brought some plants. You see, I took them directly from the jungularium, and that is a beautiful thing when you have an enclosure like this. I can simply just use it as endless source of plants for the enclosures. This will be Caribena's enclosure, and inside I will have these two plants, and these two will go inside of ybyrrapora's enclosure. So let's start with that one first. You see this one already got the magical junglarium soil. So just move it like that and squeeze it inside like this. Okay, perfect. And this, I will use more of that soil. So that is just the sphagnum moss and leaf litter and such. I spotted one dwarf isopod, but it is gone now. And that is a good thing to have inside. And just put that on the substrate, a little bit of leaf litter. Oh, and I forgot to add the springtails in the poke enclosure. We will need to fix that. And some leaves over there, just for fun. Great, 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 but let's not forget sand for the texture, right? Texture, texture, texture. Awesome, let's do the same thing over here, just with a different plant. Now all of these, just like this, and eventually this entire substrate will be covered with the plant. Leaf litter, sand for the texture, and let me grab springtails. So we add a bit of bioactivity to every enclosure. That is a healthy amount of springtails. Also here. And a bit in Pokey's enclosure. She definitely didn't like the fact that I blowed inside, you see? She's right there. You see, within one night, no fresh web at all. She needs some time to acclimate. But these two enclosures, they will be interesting because I'm so curious if they will make a web tunnel, as I hope they will. So you can look forward to some really cool updates in the future. What do you think? Will she go into a threat posture when I poke her, or will she bolt? After yesterday's incident, I have no idea. So let's find out together. Oh, she will actually do the third option. Ignore the pokes. Okay. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. A bolt, a bolt, a bolt, a bolt. Wait, wait, wait. No, no, no. Go back, go back, go back. You can, yes. Over there. Excellent. Correct way. And now you go. Yeah, just go over there. Okay, you know what? I don't want to risk it anymore. Oh, but I didn't took out the cap. Oh no. So gently. Come with me. Haha, enjoy the enclosure. That's an order. So we can now deal with the final tarantula, the caribena versicolor. And this frog, man. Whenever I record a video, there is always some frog calling. Kinda annoying, but what can you expect? Hello, hello. Are you a bit better behaved than the ybyrapora diversipes? Oh, I didn't prepare anything. Wait. Let me bring the other enclosure. There, now just step over. Yes, just like that. And you can actually go down. Don't take down the leaves that I put over there. I hope that she will just web over them, but that was a bit too optimistic. And there we go. Final tarantula inside of the enclosure. And now I remembered I forgot to moist the substrate in every enclosure. I'm going to do it after the video. Anyhow, this is the final result. What do you say? What do you think about it, huh? Looking alright, huh? I will try to remember to take a picture of both of these every day so we can see the development, like in some really long time lapse or something. That would be cool, yeah. Because in the same time we should also witness how the plants are growing and developing, so I definitely need to remember and do that. So I really hope that you managed to enjoy this second part of the video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel more, there's a Patreon page, and also there is a webshop page with merch and acrylic enclosures for the European market. These enclosures are for the US market, collaboration with Tarantula Cribs. You will also find the link in the description. I upload every Monday, so see you again next Monday. Bye!